This is ABC 15 Mornings.
Well, off and running, dark and early on this Tuesday. Thank you so much for waking up with ABC 15 Mornings. I'm Kaylee O'Kelly.
And I'm Mick Saletti. Hey, we are getting off to another chilly start across Arizona. Let's bring in meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. She's got all the details right now and your most accurate forecast.
Yeah, a chilly start in the 30s and 40s, and I told you Phoenix would be cooling a little further. We've dropped to 43 degrees now, so that's our temperature now. I still think we could go a little bit further before we start to feel that warm up. Winds also out of the east at 8 miles an hour, so that's enough of a wind to give us a bit of a wind chill. It's feeling a little bit cooler than the actual 43 degrees. That's our air temperature. So know that as you step outside, you'll probably want that heavier jacket. The heat may be on in the car, but this afternoon, windows down, sunroof open. Temperatures are climbing into the 70s this afternoon. We'll be back up to 71 today. A gorgeous looking day with just a few thin high clouds moving through later this afternoon and evening. Then tomorrow we're back in the 70s again. So nice and dry to start the week. We're warming into the 70s these next couple of days, but then we have rain chances in your 7-day forecast. I'll detail out the timing of that rain and how much we could see in that forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Chelsea, though, I want to send it over to you. You've been busy watching the roads and you were showing us some red lights earlier.
Yes, and we are still seeing some brake lights for sure on I-17 as you're traveling in the southbound direction because of that crash that's at Thomas. So here's the thing. It's off to the side. I know we're seeing a lot of red out there, but you're still traveling somewhere between 14 up to 25 miles per hour as you're getting closer to the crash site. So with the desert drive time right now, if you're going from the 101 down to the stack, it's going to take you 37 minutes. That's normally how long it would take you once we get closer to 7 a.m. So factor in that extra time. You can use the frontage road, 35th Ave, 19th Ave, 27th Ave, or just hop over and use the 51. It's all green right there. I-10 right now in the eastbound direction, you will see your normal stop and go. The 101 eastbound approaching 7th Street, we have a small crash, so just east of I-17. It's going to slow down less than 30 miles per hour. Heads up there. You can always use the frontage road or Union Hills, some surface streets nearby. East Valley, overall quiet. US 60, a little slow down as you're traveling in the westbound direction closer to Loop 101. I'll fill you in on some more activity I'm seeing out there and some desert drive times in a few.
Chelsea, thank you. Valley father killed while saving his daughter's life. This morning, the person responsible for that death remains free.
Our Carla Navarrete is live. She's near 49th Avenue in Glendale as police are now working to solve this deadly hit and run case. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Kaylee. Well, his name is Carlos Chavez Aguirre. He was here crossing the street here at 49th Avenue in Northern with his 17-year-old daughter on Saturday night when he was hit and killed by a pickup truck. Now, the truck should have hit both of them, but that father, the family says, he pushed his daughter out of the way and he took the brunt of the hit. The only thing that police have to go on is some information about the pickup truck. They say the truck appears to be lifted and they say it has a custom brown paint job, tinted windows and oversized wheels. Glendale police need someone to come forward with information to help find this truck and the person who was behind the wheel. Now a little bit more about Carlos Chavez Aguirre. He was set to turn 40 years old in just a few weeks. He was a single father raising his 4 kids on his own.
Come forward. It's not fair. She left 4 kids behind, without a dad. They're lonely now.
Now, the family also tells us that Chavez Aguirre was an organ donor and they plan on donating his organs. The family obviously set with the cost of funeral expenses. They have set up a GoFundMe account if you would like to help the family out. We do have a link to that GoFundMe account on our website at ABC15.com. Again, any information about who may have hit Carlos Chavez Aguirre on Saturday night, you're asked to come forward to Glendale Police. For now, reporting live in Glendale, I'm Carla Navarrete, ABC 15, Arizona.
Carla, thank you. A bank robber is on the run right now in Tempe. The Cliff Castle chopper flew over the Chase Bank near Kyrene and Elliott Monday afternoon. The suspect walked into the bank, handed the teller a note, and then took off with an undisclosed amount of cash.
Well, there's a new system in place hoping to better protect victims of domestic abuse. It's an online portal. It's called AZ Point. Someone can petition for a protective order electronically instead of a person appearing before a judge. Police departments then have 15 days to serve that order. A program manager for a local crisis center says in the past, victims would track down their abuser themselves and then meet up with an officer to get that ball rolling.
which puts, you know, somebody at risk of harm if they're hanging out around wherever he may be to get him served. So with the new process, it completely takes the victim out of the process of service.
Then once the officer serves the order of protection, it gets entered into a database within 72 hours.
In Chandler, police have found a missing 10-year-old boy. Police say Xavier Chapman didn't make it off the school bus to get to his house Monday from Conley Elementary School. That's near Dobson and Fry. Police and members of the community spending the next several hours searching for that little boy.
It's one of the scariest things I've ever experienced. I can't imagine one of my kids missing, and I just can't imagine not being out helping someone find their child.
Right now, it's still not clear where Xavier was found, but it does appear that he is doing okay, thankfully, this morning. Happening today, the Phoenix VA will unveil a new psychiatric unit. The VA has spent more than $1 million to renovate the facility to help veterans suffering from depression, anxiety, and PTSD. It's a complete facelift of the inpatient mental health care facility. The hospital is working to keep vets at risk for suicide as safe as possible. The renovation also means trying to erase the stigma.
If it makes the process of coming to an inpatient psychiatric unit more humane, more comfortable, less stigmatizing, then we're doing this right.
And in an effort to keep our veterans safe, the furniture and the artwork are all bolted down because, of course, we know veteran suicide is such a problem. And as a society, we have to do more to try to help these veterans.
And the PTSD numbers show, right?
Absolutely.
The risk.
Yep.
So when someone suffers from a stroke or other debilitating condition beyond the physical rehab, the emotional toll can certainly be isolating.
Now, Valley doctors have found a unique way to lift their patients' spirits while healing their bodies. Nohelani Graff is joining us now to show us how flamenco therapy is changing lives. I think this is awesome, Nohe.
It's such a unique concept. And here's how it came up, actually. A Valley Flamenco troupe has been performing shows at Mayo Clinic events for years, and they do a little bit of audience participation. Well, that's when doctors had the idea to turn that performance into a pilot program for their patients.
Qué bonita está Triana.
It's the sound of another world.
I lived in Madrid, Spain.
Another lifetime for Bonnie Crosby.
I danced professionally.
Juilliard trained, but a stroke stole much of Crosby's mobility. As a dancer especially, it's devastating.
My right leg, my right arm. I can't wink at you through this eye.
You can follow me up.
Now dance is exactly how she's finding a way to heal.
Right, right, left, left, and right, left, right.
Doctors at the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix are using flamenco for therapy, helping stroke, heart attack, transplant patients regain strength, memory function, and mobility.
We're going to start with rotating our hands. It helps with their coordination. It helps with their habitual and non-habitual movement, and then also with their fine motor skills.
For an experienced dancer like Crosby, the music moves her soul, even as her body works to catch up.
Listening to her, I can see my arms moving.
But beyond the physical benefits, there's a social and emotional transformation, even for first-timers. At the heart of flamenco is community. Everyone contributes, either with singing, dancing, or creating the rhythm.
They start relying on each other just a little bit more to help them with their healing.
It becomes something to look forward to.
That's the magic of the program, is that it's something fun and it takes their mind away from their illness.
A way to focus, not on what they can't do, but on what they can create together.
We heal, I believe, more quickly.
Now, Olivia, the instructor there, says that she is going to keep these classes going as long as the hospital keeps inviting her back. And seeing the benefits, she has also branched out to create therapy programs for seniors and kids as well, Nick and Kaylee.
This is just awesome.
Yeah, and I think it can help spawn other programs like this too. So innovative. No, hey, thank you for that.
Well, the skyline of Phoenix can change again. A groundbreaking ceremony will happen today for a new downtown Phoenix luxury apartment complex. It's called Adeline. 25 stories, too. It's going to be home to more than 370 units and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's right there on Jefferson, or it will be once it's complete, on Jefferson near Washington.
Oh, yeah, right by Cityscape. Next on ABC 15 Mornings, a major recall for Toyota drivers, why the automaker is issuing this warning.
Plus, have you seen the new Publishers Clearinghouse commercials? We can all dare to dream of winning, right? But there's actually a new warning today for all of us about why it is easy to fall for a scam.
Just about 6:13 on this Tuesday. Today, Nancy Pelosi will meet with House Democrats. She'll talk about how to proceed in the impeachment of President Donald Trump. Pelosi could announce who will serve as the impeachment managers today.
Quote, my family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. That's just part of the official statement from Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen brokering a deal with Prince Harry and his wife Meghan following their decision to step back from their duties as royals.
Smoke is delaying the start of the qualifying tournament for the Australian Open. The hazardous conditions in Melbourne can be seen here in this video. You see how hazy it is, that thick haze coming, of course, from those devastating wildfires.
And boy, does the party continue or what in Louisiana this morning. LSU beating Clemson last night to win the national championship. Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow setting a single season record with so much grace too. 59 touchdown passes. And come this April, yeah, he's likely to be the #1 overall draft pick in the NFL.
Possibly being picked up by the Cincinnati Bengals. We shall see. My husband's excited about that. Anyway, will he be better than Andy Dalton? Who knows? Let's talk about the traffic. Looking at I-17, if you're traveling in the southbound direction over at Thomas, this crash is off to the side, and you're still going to see some delays. Traveling close to 20 miles per hour as you're approaching this crash site, you're going to see several miles worth of breaks there. Back to Glendale at least, maybe even north of there at Northern now. If you're traveling in the southbound direction, look at the 51. We're looking at all green flows there, so that could be an option for you. Maybe the frontage road, some of the surface streets like 19th Avenue, 27th Avenue, 35th Avenue. Those are just east and west of I-17. Right now, the desert drive time has improved, though. If you're traveling southbound from the 101 down to the stack, it's only going to take you 31 minutes, and that's counting the crash. And look, the flow's just updated from red to yellow, so that drive time is actually probably even better than what I just showed you. Loop 101 eastbound near 7th Street, there is a wreck that's off to the side, and you will see breaks back to about 35th Avenue. If you're traveling from 27th Avenue over to 7th Street, it'll take you 9 minutes to go about 4 miles. Again, you're not going to need an alternate for that one, just giving you an idea of how much time to factor in this morning. I-10, you will see stop and go through Avondale and then all the way through the stack, but once you get closer to the mini stack, you're back to green conditions. US 60, a little slow in that westbound direction, but no crashes reported as of right now. The rest of your commute looks okay, and your desert drive times are still looking really, really good. But just grab that jacket before you head out the door, Iris.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good idea, especially if you needed it yesterday, because our temperature is exactly where it was at this point yesterday. No really change from the last 24 hours. I mean, we did warm up and then cool down again, but again, we're right at where we were at this time yesterday. A little bit of a temperature difference in spots up north. Winslow, for example, running just a few degrees cooler, checking in at 28 degrees at this hour. It's 35 in Heber, right at freezing though in Payson. Prescott, you're checking in at 35, and Phoenix Sky Harbor at 43 degrees here at this hour. But we've got 30s across much of the East Valley and the West Valley. As you look at those temperatures, surprise, you're down to 38 degrees. If you're heading out for your morning walk or run soon, just know that it's going to feel cold out there, and you might need that heavier jacket for that walk around the neighborhood. It's 36 in Levine and in the Southeast Valley, as maybe you're thinking about what to wear here as you're getting ready to head out the door. I think maybe sweaters to start the day. But here's the deal. We're going to start off cold, and then we end up with warmer temperatures today in the 70s. So plan accordingly. Maybe a sweater to start the day, and then plan on shedding the layers as you go through the day, because by this afternoon, as you're getting ready maybe to leave work, maybe heading out to pick up the kids from school, temperatures will be in the low 70s across the valley. Some of the warmer spots, Gilbert could hit 72, 70 for Ahwatukee, 70 in Peoria, 71 in Tempe and in Scottsdale, and I think Phoenix is going to hit a high of 71 degrees as well. So again, layer up this morning. If you're doing a sunrise hike, that sun comes up at 7:32. Temperatures right now in the low 40s, and I think we're going to stay in the low 40s through sunrise in Phoenix. Then by this afternoon, we'll hit that high of 71 degrees in that 4 o'clock hour. The sun will then set at 5:42, and if you're doing a sunset hike, it's going to be a mild evening with temperatures in the upper 60s. Should be nice on those trails out there. Across the state, expect more breezes in northern Arizona. Highs in the mid-40s, though today in Flagstaff, Kingman, you'll reach 61, 68 for a high in Bullhead City, low 50s in Heber and in Shiloh, 56 for a high in Payson, and again Phoenix looking to top out at 71 degrees. That storm track off to our northwest. You're seeing a lot of that snow across the Pacific Northwest still. Our state all quiet, and today we'll see a few thin high clouds move in later this afternoon and evening, but no rain to worry about today. Tomorrow, a little more cloud cover by the afternoon and evening again, but no rain either. Our rain chances go up on Thursday. We'll talk more about that storm system, and that hour-by-hour forecast is next.
Iris, thank you. An important recall alert for drivers this morning. Toyota is recalling nearly 700,000 vehicles nationwide because of a problem with their engines. The automaker says fuel pumps in certain cars can fail and cause those engines to stall. Toyota is working on repairs and says owners will be sent a letter by mid-March if their car is part of the recall.
So Publishers Clearinghouse recently launched another multi-million-dollar sweepstakes. And as the prize patrol gears up for another year of really big prizes, scammers are also getting ready to impersonate them. Lorena Jackson and her mom Annie dream of the Publishers Clearinghouse Prize Patrol coming to their home. So naturally, they were excited to get this letter.
He said, I won $3 million.
But the letter said thousands of dollars would be needed to cover attorney fees.
Mom was leery about it, but when they said the cash was available, the check cleared, the cash was available, she figured if she sent anything, it was their check that they sent her.
A few days later, bad news from the bank.
The $6,000 check was insufficient. You overdraw fees.
It was all a scam. To make sure you don't become the next victim, Publishers Clearinghouse will never call, email, or write you to say you're going to be a winner, and they will never ask you to pay taxes or money to collect your prize. Another little tip here, remember, if anyone calls you to ask you to pay for one of those prizes, just hang up and make sure you report it to the FTC.
The Waste Management Phoenix Open is hiring food and beverage workers for the tournament. There is a job fair happening this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the M Culinary Concepts office in Phoenix. There are more than 350 positions up for grabs. If you want more information, just head to mculinary.com and click on careers.
Boy, talk about being part of the party, right? Right there in the thick of it. For the first time since the Great Recession, women are the majority of the workforce. The Labor Department reporting that women do occupy more than 50% of jobs. In fact, 109,000 more women are working compared to men. And the chief economist of Moody's is saying this trend will never, ever reverse, as nearly 60% of government jobs are now filled with women. And women also earn more bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctorate degrees than men do. Okay. Well, is your laptop battery a fire hazard? Good question. Apple's MacBook recall is just the latest. Coming up, Joe lets you know how to find out if your computer could be a potential danger to you.
I scored you a Smart Shopper deal of the day to help feed your family for less. So stick around. This is an exclusive offer just for you, and we're teaming up with Grubhub.
But let me help you get out the door here with that most accurate forecast. It's 43 degrees right now. Winds are out of the east at about 8 miles an hour. That's at the airport. We've got temperatures in the 30s in a big portion of the valley, including the West Valley and the East Valley. So another cold start to the day, but today will be warmer than yesterday. Yesterday, we started that warm up. We hit the upper 60s, as I told you we would. Today, we're back in the 70s, mostly sunny conditions with that temperature reaching the 60s here by lunchtime. So even quicker than where we were yesterday when we reached the 60s. Then we'll top out at 71. I think we'll see those temperatures in the 70s at 3 to 4 o'clock before we start to cool back down into the 60s after that. By 6 p.m. as you're driving home, temperatures in the mid 60s, a few high clouds out there, but all dry. Then tomorrow, another day in the 70s. And I think tomorrow our temperature peaks at 72 degrees before we see our next chance for rain. A chance for scattered but very light showers on Thursday. And our high temperatures will drop into the mid to upper 60s Thursday and Friday. We'll see a lingering chance for rain Friday morning. The weekend looks mostly cloudy at times, but dry, and temperatures will be getting warmer again, back in the low 70s on Monday Sunday rather, and Monday, Chelsea. So not much of a cool down in store this week.
Ooh, love it though. Those temps feel perfect already. Well, are you getting ready to get your grub on? Now you can for less because of our Smart Shopper deal of the day. We are teaming up with Grubhub. Check this out.
Grubhub is one of the nation's leading online and mobile food ordering and delivery apps, working on smartphones as well as desktops. You can enter the location you'd like your food delivered to and begin browsing through nearby restaurants. You can get food delivered, pick up, and you can schedule your order ahead of time. Talk about convenience. They work with over 140,000 takeout restaurants in over 2,700 cities, with more than 450,000 daily orders nationwide. Right here in Phoenix, they partner with over 1,500 restaurants, and they have over 5,000 in our state. Grubhub launched in Arizona in May of 2011 as an ordering platform and then began delivery in Phoenix in 2015. So you can now enjoy local faves like Native Grill and Wings, Bobby Q, Chronic Tacos, and more, and get it all delivered to your door. They also have a new feature called Perks, where you can earn and redeem loyalty points and additional savings. Our Smart Shopper deal of the day is also going to help you save more too. Grubhub is offering $10 off when you spend $10 or more before tax. Simply enter our promo code SmartShopperGH at checkout. That's all caps and all one word. This is valid for the first 500 who use that code, and it's a limit of once per diner. You may have until Wednesday night or until 500 uses are gone, whichever comes first. Don't have the app? No problem. I have the step-by-step instructions on our site. Go to abc15.com/smartshopper.
Here's also a really special thing through the Grubhub app. There's an option where you donate the change.
Nice.
That's what it's called. So they team up with No Kid Hungry, and since 2018, they've received over $9 million doing this partnership. $1 can equate up to 10 meals. So together, they've basically put together close to 90 million meals since 2018.
Incredible.
So
good. Talk about paying it forward. It's so simple to do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you probably won't miss it anyway. So
Exactly.
Good job, Chelsea.
Thank
Next at 6:30 in Arizona Business, saving the day for a movie star. How the Jedi Master is thanking the employees this morning.
Well, plans to expand the light rail are moving forward full force. And coming up, we'll tell you about the community meetings happening this week, offering you a chance to voice in on the future.